Some might say that I'm a loner, but I just call it being free. I am my heart's only owner, or at least I used to be.
Hey everyone, I'm Calvin with Southern Country Living. I hope everyone's having a great day. Maria and I, we've been very busy all morning, and so it's evening time. It's time for a dinner meal, and so I'm going to be preparing a new recipe that we've never tried before. This was a recipe that Marie found last week, and I talked about it on our Sunday chat, and I said I think it's going to be a real good recipe. And the name of it is Sour Cream Beef Noodle Casserole. And I'm going to be changing the original recipe just a little bit to suit our particular taste. To get started with on this recipe, I will post the original recipe in the description below, but I'll let you know what changes I make. I'm going to be using 1 pound of ground beef, and I'm going to go ahead and get this started browning. And what I will do is, while this is browning, I'm going to go ahead and start the noodles. Okay, I'm going to be using these noodles called Hearty Homestyle Egg Noodles. And the recipe calls for 12 ounces of noodles, but I'm only going to put about half of this bag in there. This is a 12-ounce bag, but I'm only going to put about 6 ounces of noodles in it. I read some of the comments on the original recipe, and a few people were complaining that it had too many noodles in it. So I'm going to go ahead and get these noodles started. I've got some water boiling here. I've already got salt in it and a little bit of oil. So I'll go ahead and add about half the noodles. I think that's about half. Get my timer set. It may get just a little bit more. Okay. Now I might have put just a little bit more than half in there, but approximately 6 to 8 ounces of noodles is what I'm using. Let me get this hamburger meat started here. Okay, let that start browning. I'll be using 1 can of tomato sauce. This is a 15-ounce can. I'll be using 1 can of diced tomatoes, and I did drain all the juice off of it. I'm going to be using 1 cup of sour cream. I'll be using, I believe it calls for 8 ounces of cottage cheese. I'll be using that. I'm going to be putting a little bit of Worcestershire sauce on it, some minced garlic, some paprika, and some red pepper flakes. I'll also be adding Parmesan cheese, and on top of it I'll be adding some sharp cheddar cheese. So let me go ahead and get this hamburger meat browned up, and what I'll do is go ahead and brown it and drain all the grease off of it, and then I'll be back with you in just a few minutes here. Okay, the ground beef is done, so I'm going to go ahead and add my onions to it. I did drain off as much grease as possible. And my noodles, they're already done also. So let me go ahead and saute these onions for just a couple of minutes here. I'm going to add my garlic to it. Don't you just love the smell of the garlic when you add that to the whatever you're cooking? It just really makes it smell good. Marie just came in here. Hey, girl. Have you?
I had to come in here and see what you was cooking up.
Well, it looks good, and so far everything's smelling good.
Yep.
Okay.
What makes food delicious is the smell.
Okay. So I'm going to saute this for about 3 minutes before I add my other ingredients. So I'll be right back with you. Okay, it looks like our onions and the garlic have already sauteed, and it's really starting to smell good. I'm going to go ahead and add 1 can of tomato sauce.
I had to come in here and see what was smelling so good.
It is smelling good, isn't it, Marie?
This is going to be an easy weeknight meal for all these mothers that have to work.
It really will, won't it? I mean, it's actually pretty easy. It's got a lot of ingredients to it. But I love your shirt. That's one of our new shirts, isn't it, Marie?
Yeah.
That's the first time you've had a chance to wear one, isn't it?
I think I wore some on video, but I'm not sure.
Okay. On that particular shirt, that's the first time on that one, I think. But it looks nice on you, Marie.
Thank you.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to go back in here. It looks like you're doing a good job.
I'm working on it. I'll call you back when it's time for a taste test. How's that? Okay, I added my tomato sauce. I added my 1 can of diced tomatoes that's already been drained. And now I'm going to add some Worcestershire sauce. It calls for 1 teaspoon, and I'm just going to put a few dashes in there. And then for paprika, it calls for 2 teaspoons full. And don't nobody laugh at how I measure, but I love using regular teaspoons, and it works good for me. Marie won't do that. She has to measure precisely. And then these are red pepper flakes, and you just put these in to taste. And also the recipe calls for salt and pepper, but I'm not going to add any extra salt to ours because we have been cutting down on salt as much as possible. And since it's got the red pepper flakes in it, I don't think it's going to need any black pepper. Okay, let me stir this up, and I'm going to let this saute or cook for about maybe 3 to 5 minutes, and just blend everything together real good, and then I'll be right back with you. Okay, so I've got this heating up real good, and while it's heating up, I'm going to go ahead and mix up my noodle mixture and get it ready. And there's my noodles. I'm going to add to it 1 cup of sour cream. should be about a cup. Then I'm going to add to it 1 cup of cottage cheese, and it does recommend using what's called small curd cottage cheese, and this is a 16-ounce cup, so I'll put about half of it in there, or a 16-ounce container. Okay. And then I'm going to put some Parmesan cheese in it. Okay, and now just stir this up, mix it up real good. This meat mixture over here is really cooking. Let me stir it one time. I probably got the heat a little bit too high. I'll turn it down 1 notch. Okay. Okay, got that mixed up good. And you can add some jalapeno peppers to this if you want to let it have a little more heat to it. Let me check and see if we've got any jalapenos. I don't think we do, but let me check. Okay, I'm back. We didn't have any jalapeno peppers, but we do have some of these banana pepper rings. And Marie and I, we both love these. Marie loves them a lot. And I'm just going to cut them into smaller pieces. And then I'll add these to it also. Okay. Okay, that looks real good with those banana pepper rings in there. Okay, I think the meat is just about done here. Yeah, this looks good. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. Now, when you make your casserole, the recipe says that you can either layer it in there or you can mix it all together. And I feel like we're going to be eating it all together, so I'm just going to go ahead and mix it all together. So I'm going to add all this meat to this here and just stir it up real good. Okay, let me stir this up. Okay, I've got this mixed up real good now. So I'm going to go ahead and put in my casserole dish. This is a 9 by 13. And I did go ahead and spray it first. Well, to be honest with you, I'm glad I didn't put all the noodles in because it would have been way too many. So my recommendation, if you make this recipe, is do what I did and cut your noodles in half, about maybe 6 to 8 ounces of noodles. Okay, let me get it smoothed out a little bit here. Okay, that looks real good. Now I'm going to put some cheese on top. It calls for about 2 cups of cheddar cheese on top. Okay, I believe that's about 2 cups worth. Okay, so this is ready. I've got the oven already preheated. I'm going to put it in the oven at 350 degrees for about 25 to 30 minutes. I will keep an eye on it because our oven cooks hot and sometimes it don't take quite as long in our oven. But I will watch it close. So when this gets through cooking, I'll be back with you and we'll do a taste test on it. Okay, everyone. Looks like it's done. It's been cooking for 25 minutes. Let me get out of the oven here. Okay, that looks real good. It just came out of the oven, so I know it's going to be extremely hot. I'm going to let it cool down for maybe about 5 minutes, and then Marie and I will do a taste test on it. So we'll be back with you in about 5 minutes. Okay, and I should say that I did let mine cook for exactly 25 minutes. It looks like it was starting to brown on top, and I didn't want to cook it any longer than that. But it really smells good. Can't wait for Marie to come in here and try it and see what she thinks about it. So we'll be back with you in just a few minutes. Okay, y'all, I'm back. It's been just a little over 5 minutes. I did sprinkle just a little bit of parsley flakes on top of it, and I'll probably add some to our plate also. And let me go ahead and get us a little bit out. Still very hot. That sure does look good. Marie, you about ready to do a taste test with me?
Not with that steam coming off of it.
It is hot. We may have to give it just another minute. Let me take a picture real quick before we do a taste test. Okay, I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit of parsley flakes on.
One of our viewers sent us that with some more spices too.
Sure did. Okay, Marie, it may be very hot, but let's give it a taste test.
Okay.
And I don't know if you heard me, but I did put some of the banana pepper rings in it.
Yeah, I think I did hear you say that when I was in the living room.
Marie says I like to change up recipes all the time, don't you?
Yeah, if I was cooking it now, Kevin, I would have served a big old piece of corn and some cream potatoes. But this is just fast and easy weeknight where you don't want to do all that stuff, isn't it?
That's true, and also we had a big lunch today, so I'm not very hungry.
Yeah.
So I just wanted something quick right now.
All right.
And while this was cooking, it cooked for 25 minutes. You probably can't tell it, but I did clean the kitchen up and washed all the dishes for you, Marie. So.
Well, thank you, Calvin.
And I always do that, but I never say it.
And I'm glad that you did that because I just had physical therapy a few minutes ago for my back, so that really helped out. Okay, here we go. That is really
Wow,
good.
that first bite was real good.
Yeah, I can taste that cottage cheese in it. It's really good.
Yeah, and I tasted the banana pepper rings. I'm gonna get one more bite before I finish the video.
This is a really good casserole.
It's real hot because it ain't cooled off enough, but it is delicious.
And also, I just got one of the pepper rings. But it's really good.
Those banana pepper rings are real delicious, aren't they?
Yeah, anybody that tries this recipe will really enjoy it. And I think your children will too, but you might want to leave the pepper rings out.
Look how much it made, Marie. We're going to have to do something with this. We're supposed to go see Cynthia later this evening. Why don't I call her and see if she wants to share some of this with us?
It's fine with me.
Okay. Well, everyone, I hope you enjoyed watching me make this recipe. It did make a lot. And like I said, the original recipe calls for 12 ounces of noodles, and I used maybe 6 to 8 ounces. I wouldn't put any more than that in it. I think that would be plenty. I guess if you went ahead and put the whole 12 ounces in it, it would go further and last longer.
Yeah.
But as you can see, it filled up our 9 by 13.
And guess what I heard about who's going to be over at Cynthia's house?
Who?
Addison.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Well, we
So
look
good
forward
to
to
see
seeing
y'all.
Addison. That'd be
We
fun.
will.
Okay, sweet Marie, I'll let you close it out. Do y'all mind if I stand next to her? Oh, Marie, look. We both got on green shirts today. I didn't know that.
And for y'all who doesn't know who Addison is, that's our great-grandbaby.
It sure is.
Yeah, we do, don't we?
Yeah, they look good. And I've got on my Southern Country Living men's shirt. Okay, I'll let you close it out for us.
Okay, so y'all do what you love and love what you do, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye.
We were young and we were free and running, never bothered about what could be coming. Every day we danced and life was smiling. We were young and drunk in love. A few years later I have started thinking, if it's just love in every glass I'm drinking,